It's not say every trust on nobody is like it almost 3% of water fraction over 2 billion are water stress due to climate change and urbanization, a rapid growth of the world's population. Las hijas, más que solo cuerpos, son nuestras venas. No tiene nuestra identidad, ¿por qué tratarla con enemistad? خليك مسح أكلك الجزء التحوسي من الخضار أكلك يبقى طازة من غير ما تحتار وفر مية أكلك مثل مصنع الحار C'est paix, prospérité, l'accès à l'eau est une nécessité, l'eau c'est la vie, il faut la protéger, alors ne laissez personne de côté. Take it slow, protect our H2O, do it as a waste will go. Every drop between sunshine, feel the train, down on my life,是成为人然自然万物，当可与乎还是需要保护。超市酒精拒绝污染，边缘用水是必要的觉悟。La storia porta quanto il sogno di diventare leader per chi ti sta intorno. Dillo a tutto il mondo, qual è la tua missione. Parla alle persone, prendi una decisione. Dizem as pode, благодаря росту природы, отбой, соберемся до капли, учтем завтра гранты больше впережем. Escassez não pode nos dominar, distribuição justa é que temos que buscar. Sucesso para o mundo prosperar, não deixa ninguém para trás sua qualidade alcançar. Protect our H2O, do it as a waste will go. Every drop begins to feel the train, down on moving, no therapy. No medicine, it's only one take it on and be. I have pain and that's not what I'm feeling. What a result. Why be now? Somebody go chop it slow. No, it's me. Say every drop some nobody is left behind. Almost 3% of water spread, and over 2 billion are water spreads due to climate change and urbanization and rapid growth of the world's population. Las hijas, más que solo cuerpos, buenas estrategas. No tiene nuestra identidad, ¿por qué tratarla con enemistad? خليك مسح واكلك اختار الجزء التحوسي من الخضار اكلك يبقى طازج من غير ما تقدر وفر ميه اكتر من مصنع الحار CP, prospérité, l'accès à l'eau est une nécessité. L'eau c'est la vie, il faut la protéger, alors ne laissez personne de côté. Take it slow, protect that H2O, do it as waste will go. Every drop between sunshine, feel it rain down on the next door. Before you miss it, I'm sleeping. And I'm crying, sweet. I'm not there, that's gonna go down. 这是成为人源滋养万物，当可以呼还是需要保护。超市酒精、气体污染、边缘用水是必要的觉悟。La storia porta quanto il sogno diventa per chi ti sta intorno, di là tutto il mondo, qual è la tua missione, parla alle persone, prendi una decisione. Если подходы, предположение железа, росту природы, отбой, соберем сюда капли, мечтем, закроем кранты и больше бережем. Escassez não pode nos dominar, distribuição justa é que temos que buscar, sucesso para o mundo prosperar, não deixa ninguém para trás, sua qualidade alcançar. Protect our H2O, do it as waste will go. Every drop begins somehow to feel it's rain. Down on the movie, I can't see no therapy. You don't understand, it's on the road, take it on and be. My happy and back, what I'm feeling. Look at the window, the heavy full of numbers, back in hand. It's all there. See the pages, so positive, take out there. What are we done? Why have we done? Somebody go chop it, slow down.
Namaskar, hello and welcome to this very special commemoration of the Junior World Food Day. And as we have been watching as a prelude to this formal commemoration, this is the third edition of the Junior World Food Day. And the theme which the Food and Agricultural Organization, which is a UN body, is water is life, water is food, leave no one behind. So that's the official theme of it all. So in 1945, when the FAO was established and on 16th of October, so the anniversary of FAO is celebrated the world over as the World Food Day. 16th of October is a day when World Food is commemorated out here. And we know that a couple of years back, the World Food Organization, FAO, received the Nobel Peace Prize for his great humanitarian role for reaching out to the underprivileged regions across the country, because food is life after all. So we welcome all the young MasterChefs who have joined us. Today, we at Rethink India Institute felt to commemorate this very Junior World Food Day by celebrating the spirit of cooking. And I have with me the president of Rethink India Institute, Dr. Surbhi Vash, who is a medical professional par excellence, but also at the same time, she is a master chef herself. So I would like to bring her for the opening remarks, and then we will continue the ceremony further and forward. Dr. Surbhi.
Thank you, Raghav, for the introduction. And so welcoming on board all the junior master chefs and our faculty members from various schools across the country. We are commemorating the Junior World Food Day today. And cooking as an art is such a joy for the chef, for the cook. the chef who is cooking it all. It's an art, it's a science, it's an experimentation, it's lab work, and it's so much of joy, it's so much of learning. All your principles of chemistry and biology are at work, in the kitchen. And Rag Rasayan, Rasoi Kabahu Hui, which is a common adage which says that, when you are cooking something, the chances that it will come out to be a lovely dish is always, it is not 100% guarantee, but you have to work towards it with the recipe, with the menu, with the ingredients, and with the process of how to cook it. And then, of course, with your intention and the lovely science and art of it, it just comes out to be a lovely dish. So welcome you all to the Junior MasterChef.
Before we move forward, a bit of the intellectual foundations as to why cooking or the culinary art is so very important. As Dr. Surbhi said that it's an art and a science at the same time, and somehow the other in our experiential learning. Cooking is perhaps one of the essential life skills, if at all we have to acquire some of them, because this is the foundations of our life over there. So all our 5 sense organs are somewhat involved in this art of cooking. The sense organ of taste, we all devour delicacies prepared by people all across. So taste is the predominant one, but then the smell part of it all, because all the saliva, all the salivating aspect of it all, the smell of the food, the smell of the delicacy plays a very, very great role for the cook as well as for the layman eater who devours that meal. Then touch is very, very important, and Dr. Surbhi, she will be telling you more that across the F&B institutions, the temperature of the food is the most vital component. The taste depends hugely on the temperature of the food what you are making. And then obviously the usual, the more stressed sense organs of seeing and hearing when you are, I would say, when you're cooking something, the smell of it, which is coming from the pan, it gives an expert cook a lot of idea as to how the food is taking shape, and seeing how fresh is the from the ingredients to the cooked products, it's all. So we can say that all the 5 sense organs are very intricately interwoven in the art of cooking. And then art and science, the classic conundrum. Cooking has a lot of science behind, but then 2 cooks, when they are cooking with the same, I would say, ingredients, the same dish, they would taste a bit different. Their presentations would be different. We would be calling you all, the Junior MasterChefs, this evening to tell more about their culinary experiences today in this commemoration out here. So we asked the schools across the country to send us a note to the honorable principals, especially as to how this essential life skill is shaping up at their very institution. And we have got these 11 junior master chefs from the nook and cranny of the country, and they, each one of them, have really shown a very remarkable advancement of their cooking skills, which their principals have chosen to send to this August forum. So junior master chefs ki baat ho rahi hai, so we would start off with the first, the junior most master chef out here. We would like to felicitate Zara Swittens, a student of grade 7th, who has displayed, you can see her in the atypical master chef dress. She's out here. Her name has been recommended by the Honorable Principal, Mrs. Neelam Bharadwaj from Sanskar School, Jaipur. And Zara is a student of class 7th out here. And we would invite her, we would request her to accept this title from this August forum, and also explain to all the participants and our larger viewers as to what motivated her to pick cooking, because somewhere or the other, cooking is a hobby, culinary art is a hobby, and then maybe as a career choice. This is something we are all watching, the master chefs across who tantalize our taste buds, who feed us all through. So over to Zara Swittens. I think we have been joined her by her mother. She comes from an armed family background. Her father is Lieutenant Colonel D. Swittens, who is a Indian Army officer, and her mother is a behavioral counselor, Madam Priyanka Swittens. And apart from cooking, Zara is known to enjoy horse riding. And what her principal writes, like she loves creating storm in the kitchen. So let's give a big hand to the youngest master chef this evening, Zara Swittens, and know more about the storm she really brings to the kitchen. Zara.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Zara Swittens from Sanskar School.
Yeah, Zara, we can't see you. Can you open your camera?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yes. Lovely. Please go on, Zara.
My name is Zara Swittens. I'm from Sanskar School. And I really like to cook because it's really fun, and I enjoy experimenting with new recipes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's great. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go on, Zara, please.
My goal is to hopefully get to the big MasterChef one day.
Wow.
There's a bit of a connectivity issue, perhaps. So we have with us her faculty coordinator, Madam Shali Sumesh. We would like to bring her as well to tell us more about Zara and her penchant for cooking. Yeah.
Madam Shelly Samesh, please switch on your camera.
Yes, sure, ma'am. Just a minute.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, ma'am. Good evening. We can see you now. Yeah.
uh, so Zara is quite passionate about her cooking and whatever she do, about her hobbies. So she tries everything very well in a proper manner. So that's the main thing about it, and that's why she's here up to at this level. And for there was a cooking competition from IHM Institute. So for the first time, she has participated and she secured second position in Rajasthan.
Wow.
So,
commendable, ma'am.
yeah.
And you said that Zara is very methodical in her, she goes in the proper manner. I think that is very important in culinary science, the culinary art, that when you're cooking, you have to follow the requisite method, and though there is a scope of various other experimentation also, but if you follow the proper manner, 90% chances are you land up with a good dish.
Yes.
Good results. So that's great, ma'am. We're all chefs at our own places at our back homes, but then these junior master chefs are really creating the verve. Thank you so much for joining in.
So we had also requested the honorable parents to be with the junior master chef. So maybe if Madam Priyanka Swittens is out here, we would like to hear her out as well as to how she has encouraged Zara to pick up this culinary art as a very dominant part of her learning curve. Madam Priyanka Swittens, if she's out here.
Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes,
ma'am, very much.
All right. So Zara enjoys cooking in the kitchen. So we always make an effort to encourage her whenever she decides sides to cook. And I think she is very fond of baking and going with sweet dishes more than the others, but she does experiment. So she's very happy to cook us dinner, and I'm very happy sometimes to let her cook us dinner as well.
Oh, this is lovely. This is fantastic.
So Zara, please tell us what are your key specialties in cooking? That would be Madam Priyanka talked about baking. So just tell us more about your specialties, your dishes, your menu, the Zara menu. We would like to listen a bit more. Yeah.
I like to make cheesecake.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay.
I like to make cheesecakes a lot.
Okay. So very, very encouraging to see such a young person having taken up cooking as a very serious hobby and emerging as a master chef. You can see the confidence on her face. I would say the photograph had a lot of delicacies which were showcased out there. So congratulations, Zara, once again for
Thank you,
being
sir.
recognized as a
Congratulations.
Junior MasterChef on this very seminal day, because food has got a lot of geopolitics around, food has got a lot of economic issues around, but then at the end of the day, it's all about devouring, it's all about the right to life, the right to food, what we all go through. So thank you so much for taking up the art and science of cuisine in such a terrific fashion. And thanks to you, to your parents who've really encouraged you to take on cooking as a hobby, cooking maybe going forward, maybe as a profession as well. So congratulations once more, Zara. Moving forward, we would now like to felicitate another very young master chef, junior master chef, Aryan Batra from Modern School, Vasant Vihar, Delhi. His name has been recommended by his principal, Madam Meenakshi Sahani. And Aryan has given a very long note. We had asked for these long notes as well. What are the distinctive styles of your cooking? So maybe I would love to read out these recommendation notes because, and then we will move on to Aryan. So Aryan is a 9th grader at Modern School, Vasant Vihar. And his hobbies, the twin hobbies of cooking and acting. So that's what he loves. And he has done many short films and advertisements. And he says that acting is a therapy. So, and which helps him relax and calm himself. And so he talks about that acting increases his concentration and observing skills. Acting is not only theater, but emotion for Aryan. So cooking food for his family is a daily duty in Aryan's life. Now this is very remarkable. A bowl of dish makes their smile wider and brighter. Cooking different cuisines in his day-to-day life gives his soul satisfaction for about learning and improving himself on daily basis. The food cooked by him is distributed not amongst his family, but also satisfy the hunger of the needy. So for Aryan, his biggest idol is his grandmother. She's the one who started teaching him how to make a perfect chapati from a piece of dough, to make the best biryani from scratch. And while watching MasterChef India since grade 2, to participate in live cooking competitions, it was his dream. In future, when Aryan says that I will soar heights towards the sky, the only person who will remain my spine throughout my life will be my grandmother. She's my idol. She's a master chef. So what an ode to his grandmother. And Aryan says that I can cook Indian, Desi Chinese, and even some Italian. My aim is to settle in a European country with a good view in front and my handmade hot chocolate on the table with, of course, my grandmother on the side. My aim is to spread awareness about cooking and making everyone craving satisfied with my handcrafted dishes. some people eat to live, and I live to eat. And I see myself as a social worker to fulfill the needs of the poor. So, very many cheers to Aryan Batra for such a phenomenal, I would say, fetish, a passion for cooking. I would request Aryan to switch on his camera. We would like to bring him on board, and his love, his ode to his granny, his grandmother, is truly terrific. So Aryan, over to you. और कुछ सुनना चाहते हैं हम लोग कि क्या ये passion है at such a young age. You have such a phenomenal vision in front of you. और अपनी दादी के बारे में, please tell us something more. Aryan.
Good evening, sir, and good evening, ma'am. I'm really grateful to have you with me. Madam, it's a achievement in my life to join this meeting and talking to you and interacting with you. And my passion towards cooking is like it is speechless. I love to cook because it is a therapy for me. My acting and my skills are again a therapy for me. And I love to experiment with different ingredients and different cuisines to combine them to make a masterpiece or my own handcrafted dish. And I like to add Indian elements to all the dishes which I make, whether it is Italian or Japanese. And I love cooking since grade 2. I used to watch MasterChef and I used to play with clay because I also loved art and craft. So one day my Dadi told me that you can also make a chapati with this, which you consume into day-to-day life. And then I learned about it and it was so exciting to do so. So I'm really grateful to see myself on the Zoom meeting.
Wow,
thank you.
Wow. So what's your specialty, Aryan? What's the best you cook? What you love to cook the most?
The best thing I can cook is the pancakes in Swedish.
Okay.
And I like to, my favorite vegetable is mushroom. I love to experiment with mushroom, whether it's Chinese or it's Japanese. And my favorite pulse to use and my millet to use is bajra. I love to make bajra roti with some different vegetables.
Okay.
Wow.
So what's so special about bajra? Just tell us, because this also happens to be the International Year of Millets. So tell us more about the science behind bajra. And as a junior master chef, how do you find bajra as distinctive from the other grains?
Okay, this is a very nice question, and I would love to answer this. So my dadi, my grandmother, is from Punjab.
Okay.
So they used to have bajra, they used to have a khet, to be precise, of a bajra, which is a millet. And we used to buy bajra powder, like the flour, bajra flour, and then make the chapati. Then my dadi made it in a very natural way. She used to soak them, she used to grind them, she used to just like refine it and make it at home. So that's how my interest is in bajra. And I love bajra ki roti with some ghee and with some bharta. Like it's one of my favorite comforting meal.
Dr. Surbhi?
Awesome.
These, I would say, tantalizing junior master chefs. Maybe we have to go down their homes at times and
indeed.
delicacies out there.
So Bajra is such a lovely delicacy, Aryan, and I would like to bring forth on the table that Bajra rotis, when you are rolling the pin, it is a bit difficult to actually pin out the Bajra roti. And Aryan has championed that, and creating the dough and flour at home, that is something really commendable. And Bajra is very good for winters. Yes, go on, Aryan. Please go ahead.
So we do have a hack to make makki ki roti with sarson ka saag, and to make bajra ki roti, we use a plastic poly bag so that it doesn't even stick.
Yes.
That is the hack which we use in our home. So we are very familiar with that.
Correct. So that's a trick which many people know and few people do not even. But then you have championed it. And even if you know the trick, the art of rolling out lovely bajra rotis, and that's, I'm sure I can see it on your face. And the mouth-watering bajra roti with the chapati with the bharta is right there in front of my eyes. So you are cooking it really nice. And kudos to you. 3 cheers, Aryan, for this such a lovely passion and hobby which you have inculcated. And as you said, it's a therapy. This is the word which touches our hearts,
Because the sense of touch is so very beautifully used in the when you're cooking, you're utilizing your hands, you're smelling. So all these organs come at play. And thank you so much, Aryan. And what a love and affection he has towards his Dadi. This is truly terrific. We really bow to your Dadi, and she would be really proud of you to be recognized as a junior master chef, and the way you have recognized your Dadi, from whom you have learned. So congratulations once again, and moving forward to felicitate yet another junior master chef, and the young lady who is in front of us, a student of class 9th again, and reams have been really written in her recommendation note by her principal, Madam Rashmi Malik from Salwan Public School, Gurugram, and Bhavika Sakuja is a big foodie. This is how her recommendation note starts, who tries to try and explore different cuisines of food. She's always fascinated by the fact that the taste of the dishes prepared in the kitchen is so appealing and lip-smacking, which don't even require such efforts and just have to be prepared with the emotions and affection of the cook. So she brings in that psychosomatic aspect ki jaiso khaye ann, वैसो हुए मन. This has been the typical Indic paradigm whereby the mood of the cook, the emotion with which our mothers cook, our near and dear ones cook. So that comes, the taste comes into the food part of it all. In lockdown, she slowly and gradually started cooking, from making tea for her grandparents. Wow, lovely. To trying new dishes every weekend with mom, to even receiving appreciation for the dishes she prepared, even though the procedures for the preparation are long and tiring. For her, it has always been a way to relax herself. Lovely. Aryan was talking that cooking is, it's a therapy for him. And again, Bhavika is resonating with that very sentiment, that cooking is so very relaxing amidst the whole turmoil, the toughness of academic rigor. She likes watching cooking shows and seeing the professionals as they cook their specialties and provide tips and information about the ingredients, dishes, recipes, etc. On the same note, a great motivation for her is the culinary club, which helped her to stand out of the crowd at such an initial phase of her life, so she can hone her skills as she grows older. It has proved to be that little push that has now made her determined to get closer to her dreams, and has created an urge to wear the apron and chef's hat someday with the name Chef Bhavika. So we will welcome Chef Bhavika, the junior master chef Bhavika, to accept this token tribute, token title, and also illumine us about her fetish, her passion, and her vision for cooking, for the culinary art per se. Bhavika Sakuja.
Thank you so much, first of all, for having me here on this platform. This is a really big platform for me for going ahead and pursuing my dream. So thank you so much, sir, and thank you so much, ma'am, for having me here.
Welcome, Bhavika.
My passion for cooking or being a chef is like mainly related to how big a foodie I am. I'm okay with home cooked food as well, and I really love going out and exploring new cuisines. So a big part in taking the decision of being a chef is because I'm a very big foodie. Basically, my inspiration is a lot of people. First of all, my mom, she makes the food with full emotions, full love, and she does not need any special ingredient to like make that food finger licking or like so beautiful that you cannot even refuse to have that food. And secondly, one of my aunt is a chef and she works in the United States. So once I met her and she told me that she was a chef, and then she gave us some sweet dishes and sweets that she had made. And after realizing that she was she was like uh, she gave me an idea of becoming a chef, because I already was so fascinated with food, and then being a foodie also, then you can cook your own food, and that's also a plus point for you. If you are a chef, then whenever you are hungry, then you can have your own food, whatever you are wishing for.
Lovely.
So that's it. That's why I want to become a chef in future, and that's the reason why I'm pursuing my dream, and I'm here on this platform.
So quite early on, you chose to become a chef. You have chosen to pursue the frontiers of cooking. And what are your specialties as of now? What you cook the best? What do you love to cook the most?
I'm really great on sandwiches, pastas, and like desi Chinese, like fried rice, noodles, Manchurian.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
And I'm not into sweet dishes, but I kind of make like cakes. I have tried making cakes. I experiment a lot of with sweet dishes. That's it. I have made a lot of like sweet Indian sweet dishes also, like laddu, jalebi.
Okay.
And like in our club, a lot of like our seniors in our school, they like help us making in cookies and cakes, which I'm not bended for that much, but that's it. I'm not that much into
You have a
it.
culinary club at your school. Tell us more about that.
So actually, in ninth grade, we are allowed to choose clubs. So there are like clubs like MUN club, photography club, culinary club. There are like more like art and music and dance, and these kind of clubs. So in our culinary club, in some classes, we have our alumni from outside, which are already in chef.
Okay.
And in some classes, our seniors, which are pursuing culinary as an extra subject, are teaching us some of the recipes which we are not familiar with. So that's what our school is doing, and that is a great help for my future and whatever I want to pursue as a dream.
This is truly terrific that Salwan Public School Gurugram has a beautiful culinary club, and as Dr. Surbi said, a kitchen is perhaps one of the first labs we all encounter in our personal homes, and you are having it at your school premises is truly terrific. Dr. Surbi?
Yes, indeed. In fact, I feel that the way Bhavika is, so very, passionate about being a foodie herself, and how she loves to cook, in Salwan Public School, Gurugram, the way they have this culinary club and how they're encouraging these students, with the alumnus and with the senior students, and, creating their environment, not just for academics, but for all-round development. And culinary art is as Bhavika said very, very aptly, it's a essential science, it's an essential skill to be learned.
Really loved the way Bhavika said, and her principal Rashmi ma'am has sent in the note that I'm a big foodie. In today's times, being a foodie is seen with a kind of a rider. We have reservations about declaring ourselves as a foodie, but I think that is the foundation. Being a foodie is quite an honor. We should.
And I'm reminded of the Vallabh Bhim, who says that जिसको खाना अच्छा लगता है वही तो खाना बनाएगा और खिलाएगा. So that is an essential part of it. The appreciation for the foods, is good.
Dr. Surbi, a bit more about the emotions and the affection, what Bhavika has also touched upon, and also the nutrition part of it all. Yes, the taste buds are fine. The tantalizing buds are fine, but then food and nutrition, and then how healthy food affects our brain functioning, our comprehensions, our furtherance in our careers, whatever we choose. A
So
bit
this
more,
is
you being a medico, a bit more about that. How a
a
doctor
very,
sees
yeah,
that.
yeah. A very important question this is indeed, you know. In fact, in our culinary ingredients, several spices and condiments have medicinal value, you know. And when used in the right proportion, they are, you know, they add the health element, the nutrition element, the medicinal element. Say, for example, in the Kumaoni cuisine, we have bhat or the soybean lentils, you know, which is anti-diabetic. The bhatke dukka, which is a very famous dish of the Kumaon, is anti-diabetic. Madua or millet, which is ragi, the chapati made out of madua is anti-diabetic again. In fact, tej patta, you know, which is used as an ingredient in garam masala and often in many biryanis and so many dishes, you know, it is having medicinal value again. It is again anti-diabetic. Then we have, you know, rock salt, which is sendha namak, is useful in lowering the blood pressure and when used in the right quantity. Again, I would like to add an element here of the proportion of oils, that is ghee and oils and the condiments, the spices, you know. So a very beautiful description of this is there in the Hotstar series Siya Ke Ram, in where in that one of the episodes, the mother of the mother of Sita ji, Sunaina Ma, explains to her daughters, you know, the three kinds of food in the gradation in the form of it, where she says that when the quantity of oil and spices is less and the nutritional element is more in terms of the vegetable boiled element, it is most sattvic, and that is most nourishing, healthy, and less aggression producing. So wherein one aspect is the emotion aspect of it, when a mother prepares or when anybody prepares with full emotion and intent, that tattva enters the food, the dish prepared. At the same time, this quantity of oil and spices, there are three gradations. So the Rajasic food, which is, you know, which was consumed by the Kshatriyas in the past, wherein they were, you know, had to go out and fight in the wars, in the battles. So the element of spices and oil was second tier. More further to that element, you know, second grade, more spice, more oils. And Tamasic food, wherein too much of spice is excessive where we go, and of course in the spices also, that causes a bit of aggression, which is to the higher degree. So this is something, the balance, the fine balance, which is to be curated by the culinary chef, is something which, you know, is really the art. And mothers, you know, when we talk of emotion, anybody who prepares the food with great intent, with great emotion, with pious feelings and love and a lot of, you know, positive vibes, definitely I'm sure that the food will reflect that emotion, will reflect that tattva in it.
That junior master chefs have really experienced that in their own early journey, and that is so very terrific. And we would come back to Dr. Surbhi regarding Ahar hi Aushadhi hai part, that food is medicine in itself, and how a balanced meal, and that's what chefs all across, they are innovating and making food as a medicine in itself. So moving forward from Bhavika Sakuja, we have from the land of Rajasthan, the Chatak, Matak, the Rangilo Rajasthan, we have Anya Patel from the Modi School, Lakshmangarh. Her name has been recommended by her principal, Madam Charu Sharma. I would invite Anya Patel to accept this title from this August forum, and also tell us more about her distinctive culinary footprints, what she's furthering. Anya Patel. I think we have Sneha Agrawal from, Anya.
Anya is not here.
Yeah. You have to unmute yourself, Anya. She's joined in from Sneha Agrawal's.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to unmute yourself, Anya.
I am sorry about that.
Not at all, please.
Namaskar, I am from Modi School, and I am very glad and I really appreciate my principal and my teachers that they have, you know, selected me for this. And I really appreciate you guys for letting me be here. I feel really happy about it. About my journey about wanting to be a chef probably started from when I was a kid. It is all because of my dad. If I had to give it to someone, he is also a chef, and he's the one who really inspired me to, be a chef and run my own restaurant, just like he has his own restaurant. From being, it was honestly finding his story to wanting to cook and knowing how to cook and being so good at cooking is what mostly inspired me to how to cook. His story was a very simple and basic story, was being left alone with me and my brother, and it was not possible to him to get takeout and order food and taking us to restaurants every day, right? And it was not the most convenient thing letting us be with a maid who cooks every day, because we kept on shifting places. So he started from being a Gujarati. He started from a very basic meal, which is khichdi,
Mhm.
right?
The
And
national
he
food of
started
India, perhaps. Lovely,
yes.
lovely.
Lovely, lovely.
And it was being a working person, it was very complicated for him to cook. So he tried with a very basic and Gujarati dish, which was khichdi. Slowly he found and learned from his mother, which is my grandmother, that cooking is a very interesting, relaxing and fun area, right? uh, the all the culinary skills, which are not the best, I have got from my dad. I think it is mostly genes which I've got from my mom and dad both, who are phenomenal at cooking, and it is my favorite going and eating from his restaurant for free. And that is the most favorite thing ever, because I do not have to pay for it, right? Of course. And just going around checking out his kitchen, because I'm allowed to go in the kitchen, and it makes me feel so privileged to just sneak in the kitchen without him knowing, and meeting all the chef and cook, the bawarchi, the head chef, the sous chef, the maids, bonding with them teaching me how to cook, me being a little girl and going to the maid who I got very close with in a very short period of time, her slowly sneaking me out of the kitchen and taking me to little stalls, teaching me how to cook. It has been a beautiful journey, and I have to give it to my dad for teaching me how to cook and always being there every Sunday, every Monday, every Tuesday in lockdown, teaching me how to cook, motivating me how to not be left down. It is okay to fail, because that is what cooking is about, right? There is no perfect
Lovely,
recipe.
lovely,
Yeah.
lovely,
There is
lovely.
no perfect recipe. There is no recipe for anything. There can be a preferred recipe, but there is no correct recipe for anything. Everyone has their own style, their own way of making
Absolutely.
everything. And that is what has really inspired me. And I really have to give it to my dad for making me who I am and inspiring me to be a chef when I grow up. And
Mhm.
of course, you for letting me be here on this platform.
So Aryan had his dadi, and Anya has her father as the
Yes.
guiding beacon for being a cook, and what a life lesson she brings to the table. Now, this was also a quest. We felt to curate this small commemoration, that what are the life lessons we learn from the art of cooking. Every art teaches us certain higher dimensions of life, that it is okay to fail. Cooking is all about that. Cooking is all about experimenting and whatnot. So, Anya, just one very specific question. What is so special about khichdi? Tell us. What is really special about it that it has grown to become India's national food, recognized, officially recognized national food of khichdi?
I think it is. I honestly, personally, I hate the stereotype of khichdi being a sick food, because if you have khichdi from a true Gujarati's hand, you will be so in love with it, and it is so easy to make khichdi, and it is so tasty, and there are numerous ways of making it, being it from being sweet khichdi to masala khichdi to plain haldi khichdi. It is so easy and so tasty, and I think that is one of the reasons why it is so famous. And
Lovely,
personally,
lovely,
it is my
lovely.
favorite.
And one more question, I cannot stop my curiosity, because you have seen behind the curtains the working of a restaurant. So what is the toughest area of running a restaurant, making it successful? What is the most paining area of a restaurant running?
I think again, coming from my dad, he said he also had his up and downs running a restaurant, because his this is very true, and this is what he told me, and that is what made me think about, it gave me second thoughts if I should open a restaurant, if I should not, what cuisine, because he has a restaurant which is Indian based, and the name is biryani, so you can of course think what he sells, right? Biryanis and in basic Indian food. And he was telling me, Anya, that, I'm having a hard time running it, because right in front of our restaurant, there was a small thela of dabeli. How much does it cost? 10 rupees. Now, if there is a normal person going, and he's really hungry, what do you think he's going to buy? A 10 rupees dabeli for like, say 20, so 2? Or is he going to go in a restaurant, get a 300 rupee rice, biryani, everything, buy that, which is for a single person a lot, and then go to the office? And I was like, you know what? That is true. Because you cannot force everyone to come and eat in your restaurant, right? You need to do something very out of the box. You need to change the decor every once in a while, because people get bored. If people are going to be like, you know what, I went to this restaurant 2-3 times, let's go to something new. So you need to keep changing the not necessarily the menu, but again, keep on bringing new things, change the decor. It does take a lot of money depending on how you are, what you are. If you're running a family business, you're trying to open it yourself. So that is one of the things. And secondly, one of my very, very close person, he was my manager. He worked for my dad. And he told me once, and that I cannot forget, he told me that 6 years ago, that one thing, if you're a true chef and you're cooking for someone, you cannot serve them without tasting it. No matter who you're serving it for, unless you don't taste the food, you cannot serve it. And that is just, I do not know why. It has been stuck in my mind. And I am going to keep that in mind no matter where I go, what I do, what I am. If I'm not a chef, if I'm being able, I'm gonna be able to become a chef. If not, no matter who I cook for my maid, for my family, for a famous personality, I am always gonna taste it.
Lovely,
And
lovely. And I think we can go on and on. Anya can really illumine us of the nuts and bolts of the entire food industry. So she's not just a junior master chef, she's also a foodpreneur. Because running an enterprise around food, there are so many other areas which come into play, and she has that legacy to guide her. And we really wish her all the best for her future endeavors. The passion she brings in and the depth of learning what she has presented is truly terrific. All the best, Anya. We really wish you all the best to achieve your life goals and really come out as a senior master chef someday. We really look forward to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir and ma'am. I really appreciate getting the opportunity to come here.
Lovely. Moving forward, we would now like to felicitate yet another young junior master chef, Arnav Chadha. Arnav comes from Salwan Public School, Gurugram. And what a ode his principal has noted about his distinctive culinary style. And Arnav is a student of class 11th, and for him, cooking has always been an activity that made him happy and at peace. Dr. Surbi, are you witnessing that all these junior master chefs, they've chosen cooking more from a relaxation, more from a therapy, more from a peaceful perspective? Will come to you कि भाई therapists will start losing their jobs if cooking as a hobby comes into vogue in a big way. So he was always fascinated looking at his mom making delicious food. The fire to discover and learn new dishes ignited in him since a young age. It turned into one of his favorite hobbies. He grew fonder of cooking during COVID-19 pandemic, a blessing in disguise for many. Everyone was trying new dishes, so did he. He made everything from cakes to brownies to Indian gravies and mocktails. Supporting this hobby, he opted for food production as an optional subject in grade 11th. Lovely. And he learned lots of dishes and also did sales for them. An internship program organized by the school gave him more expertise and idea about this. He also participated in various cooking competitions, which helped him to exhibit his talent. So I would like to invite Arnav, and we would like to listen to his story further from his mouth, the mouth-watering delicacies he's producing, his life goals, and many things. So Arnav Chadha.
So, good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
So, first, I would like to thank everyone for having me here. And as you mentioned, sir, cooking has always been an activity that made me happy and at peace. And for me, the most satisfying part of cooking is that when I see my friends, family members, and parents enjoy the food, seeing them enjoy the food I made, and also I would like to say that during COVID-19, everyone was trying new dishes, and I was also very fascinated by looking at them posting pictures on social media uh, uh, and stuff. And also, then I started by from baking cakes. Then my interest grew into Indian gravies and also Indian food. Uh, um, Also, then I'm very grateful to my school for giving me the opportunity to attend a 4-day internship at Sushant University, which related to the hospitality sector. And uh, that's one of the reasons that my love for food and passion for cooking is one of the reasons that I opted for food production in class 11. And that's it. Thank you.
Lovely, Arnav. Lovely. At a very young time, you have got yourself hooked on to the formal higher educational frontiers, and cooking really gives peace. Dr. Surbi, I would like to bring you in for a moment as to what is this therapeutic aspect of cooking. You being a master chef yourself, how do you, and a medico, how do you like to
You see,
explain this? Yeah.
Absolutely. Cooking is about, it invokes the five senses, and, when you are entering the kitchen or your cooking space, there is something, where is the smell, the eyes, the sound, the taste, everything is being ignited. And then the process of cooking is very relaxing and therapeutic, in the sense that it is something, it's an art, more of an art, and when you cook, all your expression and emotion comes into play. So that expression relaxes the mind. And of course, the aroma, we have something called the aromatherapy, and so cooking has its own aroma. The joy of cooking for someone, when you do an act which is sevarth, or which is to serve someone or to make someone happy, or cooking for someone, naturally it takes out the stress out of you, it relaxes you, it makes you feel joyous and jubilant. So that's the aspect of it. And then, of course, the art part of it, where we are experimenting with various styles of cooking, the recipes, ingredients, so that is, of course, something which is scintillating to the mind. And that adds to the joy and the excitement of cooking.
Lovely. So congratulations, Arnav, and we really congratulate your school for really giving you an opportunity to explore the career options early on, and that's really terrific. We wish you all the best for your future endeavors, from being a junior master chef to a true master chef. I would say tantalizing the taste buds across. So moving forward, now another, I would say, the long prose she wrote about her cooking style also makes her a kind of a literary figure. So we would like to felicitate, we would like to bestow upon the title of Junior Master Chef on Anandini Suri. She's a student of class 11th at Modern School, Vasant Vihar, Delhi. And her defining statement, she says that real cooking is more about following your heart than following your recipes. So it's all emotions which are pouring on, and this has been a continuous learning, continuous theme we have been witnessing all through. And Anandini, her name in herself means bliss. Anandini, someone who is evoking bliss. In the food-induced haze that followed a sumptuous Sunday afternoon brunch, I began to wonder what got me interested in the culinary world. After many thoughtful moments spent ruminating, it struck me that my passion for cooking was not because of the countless YouTube videos and cookery shows that I watched, but it was this passion for cooking that flowed freely from my mother and grandmother. My participation in their cooking process, their experiments with different foods and cuisines laid the foundation for my love affair with cooking. What a phraseology, Anandini. Truly, it's kind of a literary jewel we are going through. And I think tasting your delicacies would be a different matter altogether, different experience altogether. Since I was a kid, I saw my mother baking beautiful cakes for my birthday. I grew up with one delicious fragrance after the other. And very soon I was to distinguish the aroma of my birthday cake and, of course, my birthday. Each year, a delicious fragrance, an exquisite aroma, a happy memory baked in my mother's kitchen. I got an opportunity to participate in the national cooking competition in the year 2019. I entered the competition, and much to the amazement of everyone, most of all mine, I won the competition. On mature reflection, I feel that this may have further intensified my bond with cooking. A short while after that, in September 2019, I again took part in Magica Cake Alive, a professional cooking competition open to all. Here I was the youngest contestant, and a special mention and a big deal was made of my entry. India's best pastry chefs were present, and they lauded my baking skills. They were happy that at such a young age, I was managing to whip up such complex delicacies. That perhaps was all the encouragement I needed, and after that, there has been no holding back. I have done several short courses, both in India and abroad, to enhance my culinary skills. I recently did an internship with the celebrity chef Pooja Dhigra. To me, cooking has always been an art that transcends the mere combination of ingredients. It is an expression of creativity, passion, and individuality. While recipes serve as a valuable guides, true culinary prowess lies in the ability to follow one's heart and embrace the freedom to experiment. Real cooking is a journey of self-discovery, where intuition and personal taste reign supreme over rigid adherence to recipes. By allowing one's heart to guide the process, a chef can infuse their dishes with a unique touch, transforming a mere meal into an unforgettable culinary experience. Recipes undoubtedly provide a foundation for aspiring chefs to develop their skills and understand the basic principles of cooking, a basic baseline. They offer guidance on ingredient proportions, cooking techniques, and recommended cooking times. For the beginners, following recipes can promote consistency and help avoid major mishaps in the kitchen. Recipes serve as a starting point, providing a framework upon which creativity can be built. However, the true beauty of cooking lies in the ability to adapt and improvise. Following one's heart allows for the freedom to deviate from the confines of a recipe, turning a dish into a personal masterpiece. A skilled chef can modify ingredients, adjust seasoning, and experiment with various techniques to suit individual preferences. I have often seen my grandmother take a simple apple pie recipe and transform it to an apple pie simply out of the word. It is no longer simple like apple pie. It's a work of art, a statement of individuality. This intuitive approach enables the creation of unique flavors, textures, and presentations that cannot be replicated by simply following a prescribed set of instructions. Cooking is an artistic endeavor that encourages creativity and innovation. When a chef follows their heart, they tap into their imagination and discover new combinations of flavors, textures, and aromas. This freedom fosters culinary innovation as individuals can draw inspiration from culinary influences, personal experiences, and their own senses. By trusting their instincts and experimenting with unconventional ingredients or techniques, chefs can create remarkable dishes that resonate with their own unique culinary voice. Our great country, with a myriad blend of flavors, spices, and textures, is an innovator's delight. So we've been talking about innovations on the technological frontier, but nobody perhaps brought about the innovations in the kitchen, the innovations what Nandini has really brought about, has really presented so meticulously that it is really becoming a treatise in itself. So an Indian kitchen is a haven for a food innovator. Many may feel that following recipes can sometimes limit a chef's ability to fully express their personal taste and preferences. However, each individual possesses a unique palate and understanding of flavors, which cannot be captured by a standardized recipe. Real cooking involves listening to one's intuition, adding ingredients based on personal judgment, and adjusting flavors to achieve the desired outcome. This intuitive process allows a chef to infuse their dishes with their own personality, making each creation an extension of themselves. At 16 years of age, I feel that just as each individual is the sum total of their experiences and is unique, the same way each individual's palate is also the sum total of their culinary experiences. Their interactions with different tastes, textures, and flavors, and is unique too. For me, cooking has been an act of love and connection, and this I see all over the world now. When a chef follows their heart, they pour their emotions and intentions into their creations. The process becomes an expression of affection, care, and dedication towards those who will savor the final dish. A heartfelt meal is more than just the sum of its ingredients. It carries the sentiment and passion of the chef, making it a truly special experience for both the creator and the recipient. In our country, it is the most pronounced, where the invitation of a home-cooked meal is an expression of love, of closeness, and of purity at the same time. It's love expressed in a dish. So while recipes serve as a valuable starting point in the culinary world, real cooking is ultimately about following your heart. It's an art form that allows individuals to express their creativity, embrace their intuition, and personalize their dishes. By venturing beyond the boundaries of recipes, chefs can discover their unique culinary voice, create unforgettable flavors, and infuse their creations with love and passion. My grandmother told me, let your heart guide you in the kitchen and embark on a journey where the joy of cooking knows no bounds. I live by her advice and share it freely. What a remarkable, I would say, statement of purpose. What a Anandini, Anandmay cooking, if we can term it across. So very many cheers to Anandini Suri for really taking up cooking with such a philosophical, very profound philosophical foundations what she has laid. And this just cannot, these are not just words. This is what she lives all through. So inviting Anandini Suri to accept this title from this August forum and address us and further tell us more about her enthralling experience of joyous cooking, what she undertakes. Anandini Suri.
I would like to thank all of you, and especially Junior MasterChef and Rethink India for inviting me here. I've always loved cooking because my mom used to be a professional pastry chef, as I would like to term it. And I think always going into the kitchen to see her make a simple chocolate cake into a masterpiece that should actually have been displayed, I think I had gotten my joy from there. And I used to help her. And I think when I was 13, I said, why not I try it once all by myself? I think the competitions are not there to judge you if you can win or lose. It's more like your confidence in portraying what you believe in. And cooking for me has always been something like if I come home from a tiring day, I can just go into my kitchen and say, now I can let my creativity flow freely without anyone stopping me. As I said, creativity knows no bounds. My grandmother has always been my figure of inspiration and I think my pillar of support, because I can make anything and she'll always be like, she will never be someone who will always appreciate it. I love her critical analysis because my grandfather is always like, this is what I've had as the best it is. But my grandmother would always give her critical analysis, which I still appreciate. And I was more into the field of baking and pastry and experimented a bit less with actual cooking of Indian flavors. But in the past 2 years, I've realized that what flavors you get from an Indian palate, it's hard to conquer around the world because that meal, that masala ka dabba that you have at home, you don't have it anywhere else. So I think shifting from cakes to a completely Indian palette was challenging, but I think going back to my roots and also making every dish of mine unique, personalized was a journey. And I think till now I'm very proud of what I've done. So that was all of my cooking journey.
Phenomenal. In fact, before reading out this testimonial from Anandini, we used to feel that cooking has a profound literature behind. What a philosophical foundation out there. Dr. Surbi, your comments on Anandini's accomplishments.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the way Anandini has described the philosophy of cooking, you know, she has ingrained all the essential aspects in such a beautiful interwoven format and style that it speaks volumes about her understanding and her depth into cooking, you know, how much she enjoys it. You know, it is said that something which you enjoy does not become work, it becomes play. And when it becomes play, it leads to excellence. So something which is not stressful to you, but rather enjoyable, you excel in that. You produce the best results. And Anandini, I can see it from your face, your persona, and your entire being is so mellow, you know, mellow as in so sweet. So very you are in blend with yourself, you know. Jise kehte hain, Atma Sakshatkar, I can see that in you, that you are one with yourself. And I'm sure your cooking reflects the same. So this is very beautiful. I'm so very intrigued to meet you and know you. It's really a pleasure.
So once again, very many congratulations, Anandini. And the way she puts up that Indian masala box is the most unique thing in the kitchen. Being brought up in a bakery, in a pastry, her mother being a pastry chef, but then she has diversified and taken up the Indian culinary, I would say, footprints in a profound way, speaks volumes of her learnability. And we really wish her all the best for her future endeavors and her pursuits in this domain. Thank you so much, Anandini. Very many congratulations. Moving forward, we have a very enigmatic personality from the land of Devabhumi, from the land of Dehradun. Madam Dr. Rajesh Arora from Shri Guru Ram Rai Public School, Dehradun. She's recommended the name of this lovely young junior master chef, Poonam Singh. And Poonam is the daughter of Shri Jille Singh Ji, is a brilliant student of science stream, student of class 12th. And due to her passion and dream to be a top-class chef in future life, she has opted home science as an optional subject and has shown extraordinary skill in it. As far as her culinary aptitudes and capabilities are concerned, she has always believed in teamwork. She is good in management and always exploring something new. She always thinks out of the box and shares her views with the teachers. Being a native of Uttarakhand, her work always showcased that art, simplicity and taste of hill areas. She represents the rustic taste of Uttarakhand in an excellent way. Her special interest or experience is in Uttarakhandi desserts, and she always keeps on experimenting and inventing new dishes made with Uttarakhandi millets. Her skill demonstrates her ability to make a wide variety of dishes. Her talent shines in her unique style of food presentation, and she's superb in her classic presentation of food. So I would like to invite Poonam to accept this tribute, accept this title from this forum, and also address us, also tell us more about her passion, her experiences, her inroads into cooking as a hobby and perhaps as a profession. And Uttarakhandi desserts, we would really like to know more about that. कि मिठाइयाँ जो desserts की बात है कि क्या बनता है. So over to Poonam Singh.
Hello, Poonam. Please go ahead.
Hello, good evening, everyone. First of all, I'm very excited to join this meeting. And first of all, I don't tell that how I'm excited. I think that everyone is fine. So for starting, I would like to call that how I started my journey in this field. So it's a time that my mother made an accident in 2-3 years ago, when I am like 14 to 13 years old. So I don't know about cooking anything. And I have to make food for 5 to 6 members of the house in my. So just I enter in the kitchen. So I don't know that how to cook, how to feed my family. So I just started gradually that how to. Sometimes that नमक ज़्यादा हो जाता, मिर्ची कम हो जाती, and ऐसे ही चलता रहा. And after all that, I started like when my family feels very good to my family feedbacks is very good that I make very delicious food. So I'm very happy to feed my family because he is very happy. And so first of all, my question is for sir. Sir, what is your one dish that you dislike to prepare?
So I have a host of things. So I love kheer, for that matter. Kheer.
Sir, dislike. Sir, जो आपको पसंद नहीं है बनाना.
बनाना पसंद नहीं है.
Well,
it's a very, very tricky question, Poonam. Dr. Survi, maybe you come to my rescue over here.
बनाना पसंद नहीं है वैसे तो देखिए, it depends on the time, sometimes when you are with less time and you have to prepare a dish which has multiple steps, so उस समय ऐसा हो सकता है कि आपको बनाना पसंद ना आए. But say for example, यू कैन से नान जैसे बनाते हैं, जो नान होती है उसमें मल्टीपल स्टेप्स होते हैं. सो से फॉर एग्जांपल, ओके, आई पुट इट टू यू,
So,
नान
ma'am, I'm asking that you don't matlab dislike the food preparing and you dislike also food eating that.
ऐसा तो well, maybe okay, you can say say for example mushrooms, say mushrooms.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, so in my views that there is no food that I dislike, because if I'm dislike one thing, that is Loki, which is also called bottle gourd. So I changed the method. I changed the method for preparing this dish. I am used to make koftas, which is very delicious in my views. So
Yes.
I know that I'm believing if you dislike something, so change the method. Don't dislike it. Just change the method of preparing the dishes. So this is all. And for my Uttarakhand, I'm the Devbhumi of Uttarakhand. I'm related to this, and I'm very rootful. So I like to cook very, for example, we also call jhungure ki kheer.
झुंगरे की
If
खीर,
you
yes.
like, you know that what it is.
Yes, I know झिंगुरा की खीर. बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बताइए उसके बारे में.
Yes, ma'am. It is a ma'am jhungura. It is a type of millet, and it is similar to guava, like superfood. So, ma'am, for
Yeah.
which it is very delicious, and it is a like, we know that India is like a India treat the guest like a special guest. So we always start like something meetha. So, ma'am, in my views, meetha is always first thing, and in my personal views, I don't like sweets, but I like to prepare sweets. So, ma'am, for example, Uttarakhand dishes, we can say that uh, aloo tamatar ka jhol. It is like a traditional dish of Uttarakhand. This
Yes.
is very tangy type, and also in winter season, it is also a kandele ka saag. It
Yes.
is very famous in Uttarakhand.
Kandle ka
We
saag is the same as लाई का साग? Is it that only which we call kandle?
No, ma'am. इसमें in this we change the मतलब in this we major ingredients are बिच्छू का घास like and onions, ghee, spices, etc.
Okay, it's made from nettle leaves. Okay, bichu ka khas. Lovely, lovely. What a
Yes.
revelation. What a dish. Lovely,
Yes.
lovely Poonam.
And ma'am, second is aloo gutuk.
Aloo ke gutke.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, it is like जीरा आलू just ना मतलब नेम चेंज हो जाता है मैम, लेकिन फीलिंग वो रहती है, लेकिन जस्ट
Absolutely.
स्पाइसेस भी चेंज हो जाते हैं मैम.
जी जी जी.
And ma'am, second last I would like to call kumauni raita.
Lovely, lovely. Wow. खीरे से जो बनता है, cucumber.
Yes, ma'am. It is like ma'am, it is very special in our house when something happens happy, or I would like to eat it. And ma'am, for cooking, in my views, when I'm happy or sad, I just like to cook. It is not my passion. It is not my hobby. It is my emotion. Because when I started in this field, I am not happy or sad. I am just emotional feeling of my mother. When I see my mother, I feel very sad. But I have to feed also. So, ma'am, it is not my happy or sad moments. It is my also feeling. And when I feed the people, I feel very pleasure, because they are also happy to like my food and reviews. So that's all.
God bless you,
Thank you.
Poonam. You are truly the Annapurna of your family. And आप इसी तरह सबको अपने खाद्य कुकिंग से रिझाते रहो, और आपके जीवन में और खुशियां आए. हम आपकी इसी कामना से आपको शुभकामनाएं देते हैं.
बहुत सुंदर पूनम. और तुमने जिस पैशन के साथ एक कंपल्शन आया, बट वो पैशन में बदल गया, बहुत ही सुंदर. और बस ये बताओ कि ये जो कुमाऊनी आलू के गुटके होते हैं, उनमें विशेष क्या है? जो हम लोग दिल्ली में या कहीं पे भी आलू जीरा खाते हैं, उसमें अंतर क्या है? मूल अंतर क्या है? उसका विज्ञान थोड़ा बताओ.
पूनम.
Yeah, I think there was some signal wavering out here. So anyways, it was an excellent presentation, excellent backgrounding that how Poonam started.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Poonam, you are here. Please, please, please. तो क्या विज्ञान है आलू के गुटके का, कुमाऊनी आलू के गुटके जो हैं उत्तराखंड के, उसमें विशेष फर्क क्या है, अंतर क्या है जो बाकी जगह आलू जीरा खाया जाता है?
Sir, aloo gutuk is a purely mesmerizing recipe from the famous cuisine of Uttarakhand, and it is on all occasions like birthdays and family function. This is also a famous food of Uttarakhand.
Hmm.
It can be declared as a regional food of Kumaon from my personal views.
How is
And
it? How is it different from aloo zira? If you
yes,
can-
ma'am. Ma'am, it is इसमें ma'am in aloo we also add bhang for chokha and like puris, and also in this we also like garnished red chilies, coriander leaves and onions. We also don't like in aloo jeera onions, but in this onions is a main ingredient.
वो कहते हैं ना कि the taste of the pudding lies in eating. तो कहते हैं भोजन जो है वो टेस्ट करके ही उसका अंतर समझा जा सकता है. आलू के गुटके और कुमाऊनी रायते का एक बहुत सुंदर कॉम्बिनेशन है पूरे पहाड़ों में, and it's a lovely snack. People devour it. It looks very simple, but then it's very nourishing, very healthy. It has all the major ingredients out here. So
and also,
lovely,
I think
Poonam.
we add some jakhia on aloo ke gutke, hai na? Is that right, Poonam?
Yes, ma'am.
Jakhia se usko
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
छोंका जाता है. Jakhia is a kind of a version of सरसों और राई of the Kumaon of Uttarakhand. और उससे जब उसको गार्निश करते हैं, उसको करते हैं टॉप अप, तो it becomes crispy also. Am I right, Poonam?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And one more thing, Dr.
Ma'am, I
Surbi,
think
like
you also
the
from
potato which
Uttarakhand.
comes from the hills. The potato which comes from the hills, na, it has a distinctive crispiness, which
जी, जी.
perhaps the potatoes from grown in the plain. So वो देश काल परिस्थिति, वो जो environmental backgroundings हैं, that makes the delicacy beyond Maggie, which has become the ubiquitous national dish apart from khichdi, what we all call. So thank you so much, Poonam, for this lovely illumination, what you gave to us, your confidence, your smile, and then you said that it gives me happiness. It's whenever I am sad, I cook. So this is truly, and Dr. Surbi ने बहुत अच्छे से कहा कि जो हमारी पंचेंद्रियां हैं, when they all converge together, we all reverberate. हमारा जो existence है, वो पूरा का पूरा उस क्रिया में लग जाता है. So then there is no way for the mind to go to squander away. So all the five sense organs are deeply engrossed, engaged, and feeding someone. वो जो ममत्व है, वो जो लाड़ है, feeding people, I think that is the core motherly virtue. Even if you are in the body of a male, but then there is a feminine self where you are feeding others. So that is so very terrific. Thank you so much, Poonam. Moving forward, we would now like to recognize, we would like to bestow upon the title of a junior master chef from yet another young lady from Modi School, Lakshmangarh. Madam Charu Sharma has recommended the name of Sneha Agarwal. Anya was the same school, she was near by 1 year. So
and I am provided by
Yeah.
provided by Sneha Agarwal's recommendation note from Modi School, Lakshmangarh. If you, I may just read it out.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
Yeah. So she says that I, Sneha Agarwal of class 12 from Modi School. Baking and cooking is something that makes me happy, and I love cooking for others. I'm a foodie, and that encourages me to try to making new dishes. I want to be a chef because cooking increases my creativity. When my family praises me for my food, my love for this profession increases. I also have a dream to open a restaurant for which I want to be a good chef. I have seen my mother cooking every day for us. They never hesitated to cook anything for me, and they loved it when I used to ask another chapati. Actually, it was her love which I used to get through food. I used to love watching her and wanted to learn from a very small age. There are multiple reasons to be a chef for me, and the very one is I just love cooking. I know it is quite common to cook, but I just love it and it keeps me happy. One should do what makes him happy, and I really like experimenting with new recipes too. I love to eat, to serve, as well as to cook, which means I'm totally suitable for being a chef. So I want to be a chef, and I believe that I can really do something extraordinary in this field. Always do something you love the most. This will help you to love your profession. When someone loves his profession, life seems more meaningful and interesting to them.
Lovely, lovely. So over to Sneha to accept this title and also address the forum, please.
Namaskar, sir. Namaskar, ma'am. Thank you for which you says. First of all, I want to thank you, my principal, ma'am, Charushik Khawat, ma'am, and also Sharma, ma'am. Sorry, and also I want to thank Kiran Samur, ma'am, who give opportunity to make
this opportunity.
We can hear you, Sneha. Go ahead.
Don't worry, please. Yeah. Perfect. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Speak from your heart. You can talk in Hindi.
Maybe
Sneha,
maybe स्नेहा से पहले मैं निवेदन करूंगा किरण समूर मैडम का कि वो लक्ष्मणगढ़ के ये जो मोदी स्कूल में जो क्यूलिनरी पाक कला का जो वैभव है उसके बारे में थोड़ा बताएं और तब शायद
yes, sir.
Sneha would come back.
Actually, I want to be.
Yeah, let's have Kiran ma'am first and then Sneha. We will bring Sneha over there. Kiran ma'am, yeah. You have to open your camera, ma'am, if possible. Yeah. Yes, Kiran ma'am, we can see you.
Namaskar, sir.
Namaskar, ma'am. Namaskar.
Namaskar. This is a greeting in our schools. Namaskar is a very pious word, we believe. Anyways, we have recommended these two students because of their different culinary skills both of them possess. What else do you want to know, sir?
Okay. So we just wanted to have a general idea about how the one of the other contestants, other participants said that they have a culinary club at their school. So what special efforts are made at Modi School Lakshmangarh to nurture the culinary schools, because we presume that it's a residential school largely. So how do you nurture it in the students out there? Yeah.
Yes, sir. They both are from class 11th and 12th, right? So they have a subject as home science.
Okay.
They are both the students of home science subjects. So they exhibit their culinary skills and cooking skills, the practical classes, whatever cooking classes we have in the subject prescribed in the course. So, and they are the two children who every time, whatever cooking we are doing, they have their own way of presenting the dishes. That's something very extraordinary, worth praising. And every child is looking forward, how are they going to present their dishes? Because whenever they have done it in the past, lured everybody's palates.
Oh, wow.
That's the speciality they have, both of them.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kiran ma'am. Now over to Sneha. She was feeling a bit shy, but then Sneha, aapki kya kahani hai? We want to listen it across. Yeah.
No, I think there was some technical glitch. That is why she's not shy.
No worries. Please, Sneha, go on. Carry on. Yeah.
Personally, I like baking.
Okay.
Starting from Oreo biscuit cake to cheesecake. Now, different type of dishes I used to try. Also, like different type of desserts I used to make also in my father and my grandfather also appreciate me, which also motivate me. And also I also want to open a bakery. And
Lovely, lovely, Sneha, lovely.
Lovely, Sneha.
Congratulations so much. And as Kiran ma'am has vetted for you that you are the one, you too, Anya has got that legacy from her father. You have developed this penchant and you have a deep interest in baking, and your presentation is so very phenomenal. So congratulations, Anya, and we wish you all the best for your future endeavors. Moving forward, yet another young man from Devbhoomi, Uttarakhand, Raghav Godial. He's my namesake. I'm Raghav myself. So, so welcome, Raghav, to this felicitation. And Raghav's testimony, Raghav's recommendation note coming from Dr. Mrs. Rajesh Arora, ma'am. He's a budding talent in home science subject and in the field of culinary skills. He has shown his culinary aptitude in his various techniques of cooking and food presentation. He's very good in exploring new cuisines of Uttarakhand. So this is a lovely part that someone is anchored into his own geo-cultural locales, geo-cultural culinary locales, we would like to say. His penchant is for preparing delicacies from the traditional millets of Uttarakhand. So again, very pertinent expertise he has developed. Baking biscuits and preparing laddus from ragi, which is also called madua, is his experience. And he uses his own technique and creativity in inventing different dishes. Not only this, he is also good in preparing traditional delicacies like patyud, jhangora kheel, fanu, and chaunsa. Not only this, he has tried to bake cakes with madua. His presentation is also really impressive. He has the skill of managing his team and make everyone to work with full dedication and devotion. In the display of his cuisines, he frequently adopts the style of landscape presentation. So again, what Kiran ma'am was saying just a moment back, presenting the food is again a very, very vital component of the entire life cycle of food preparation, the culinary art as we call it. And he keeps the norms of cleanliness and food safety in mind while preparing the dishes. His explanation of dish preparation is so convenient and easy to understand that all team members agree to his decision. So let's hear out Raghav Godial, the Junior MasterChef 2023 from this forum. Raghav. Yeah.
I can see you, Raghav.
Go on, Raghav.
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Firstly, I thank to you and this Master Chef to giving me this opportunity, and also thank you my principal, respected principal ma'am, and my teacher, home science teacher. So this was a I'm into this junior chef. It was a story about me to tell you. When I was child, since my childhood, I sit behind my mother and my grandmother. Then she was cooking. I very interesting and curious about what she is making, and what types of spices he used in it, and how is measuring the spices to give in the any kind of food. So हेलो।
जी जी, सुन पा रहे हैं राघव हम बिल्कुल। तो मसालों से आपकी पकाने की यात्रा प्रारंभ हुई, हाँ?
Yes, sir. So then I started my career to make as a chef and making food all of the time. And I present to my grandmother and my mother that inspire me more and encourage me.
Mhm.
And after this, I shifted my my uh, food style to Italian and American style. So I adopted. So my grandmother was told me that did not lose your traditional arts of food, and this inspired me more. Then I shifted from uh, our culture. Then I know the spices, our devbhumi, and very traditional foods. And it
तो
was a
मुझे एक
very
अंतर बताओ राघव, एक फर्क बताओ कि इटालियन और कुमाऊनी या गढ़वाली भोजन में मूलतः मुख्य फर्क क्या है? थोड़ा ये इस पर थोड़ा ज्ञान प्रकाशित करो।
सर, मैं इस पे ऐसा कहना चाहूंगा कि मतलब ट्रेडिशनल फूड इज वेरी सिंपल एंड वेरी प्रोटीन रिच, एंड वी आल्सो यू नो दैट द झंगूरा की खीर, इट इज the rich contents of protein and also a superfood, as you know, that it was very simple to make and serve in very simple way. That is very different thing from this Italian dishes. Italian dishes is also a good, and it has the type of things to make them styling and as you know.
So styling is more out there rather than the innate ingredients. So lovely distinction what Raghav has brought about. और मसालों से इनकी जो यात्रा शुरू हुई अपनी दादी के समक्ष, I think he is carrying it forward phenomenally. And हमें लगता है कि the innovations what he is making. So कोई innovative dish बताइए जो आपने नया कुछ बनाया हो, उसके बारे में बताइए हम सबको।
सर, यूजुअली मैं इनोवेटिव एंड एक्सपेरिमेंट करता ही रहता हूँ, बट माय फर्स्ट एक्सपेरिमेंट वाज टू मेक white sauce pasta and all manner of things, and I also experiment in dals and pulses, dal chawal and pulao. That
Okay.
was
Lovely, lovely, lovely. So wish you all the best, Raghav, for your future journey as a master chef. We really congratulate you for your accomplishments, and we really thank your principal who has taken so much of pain to really highlight you as a junior master chef. And these are the kind of encouragements which really build up, which really give you the confidence to foray. In the usual parlance, it's a kind of an unconventional choice to go the chef way. Somewhere or the other in the pecking order, becoming a chef is somewhat not considered to be the hap thing. But I think after today's forum, many of the latent artists across the schools, they would try to really come up to the passion and perseverance which you all, the 11, the Ekadash Rudra, if we can say, आप सभी ने जो show किया है, the display of passion, perseverance, and your reasons for becoming a chef, for reasons for picking up cooking as a hobby and perhaps as a profession sometime later in the day. So thank you. Congratulations, Raghav. Moving forward, yet another young lady from modern school, Vasant Vihar, the same school from which Anandini Suri came. And do we have Ananya Narula? Do we have her? Cannot see her name. Anandini is...
I don't think she's joined.
Oh, she has not joined in. So maybe I would just come to her. We will recognize her even in her absentia. And before moving to Arham Bhutra, yet another terrific junior master chef from Sanskar School, Jaipur, the land of Rajasthan, the land of Tikha, the culinary taste out there. So Anaya Narula started her culinary journey at 7, playing the South chef to her sister, late night Oreo cheesecakes, marble cakes, and pan-seared salmon dinner were her homework assignments until she could finally crack the perfect egg and master the perfect balance of salt, fat, acid, and heat. Cooking videos in MasterChef Australia have been her mentors, guiding her to experiment in the kitchen. Good food and its values are the crumbs that make her and her family. From her instinctive talent for cooking and the sweet and sour memory she has made with it, to her passion for holistic growth and well-being. Food and nutrition continue to keep her hungry. Since the initial forays into cooking, Anaya has dived into culinary expeditions such as Truffle Nation's Eggless Entrement, Petit Gâteau Baking Workshop, and her own business, Annie's Baking Company, as part of which she is formulating specialized premixes. So she has become a food entrepreneur very early on. So this is the power of this forum, that we are recognizing an already go-to market entrepreneur in the food space. So she is formulating specialized premixes for well-rounded, gluten-free and vegan delights. The feeling of stimulation, tranquility, and comfort singular to cooking made her curious to know not only the purpose of ingredients behind a dish, but also how they amalgamate. From the difference between baking soda and baking powder, to modify her childhood recipes with gluten-free and dairy-free alternatives, thanks to her newly discovered lactose intolerance. So Apada mein avasar, Anaya found out for herself, and in her new cookbook, so she has published a cookbook as well. We would have been really privileged to have her on the forum. Maybe Anandini might ring her, maybe she might come for a while here. So I learned that food and nutrition are deliciously dynamic and will always have a place for everyone at the table. Through cooking, Ananya has been able to season a skill and exercise her organic, uninhibited self-expression. It grants her this exciting freedom, since cooking is the perfect blend of a guided framework and an unprescribed, unpredictable, creative pursuit. By allowing her to gain more self-confidence and feeling more at peace. So finding intellectual stimulation and cultural and sentimental value all at once. Cooking is more than just a labor of love for Anaya Narula. So we really wish to bestow upon this title of Junior Master Chef on Anaya Narula, a student of class 12th from Modern School, Vasant Vihar, Delhi, and her this testimonial, her note of being a master chef is truly exemplary. And Dr. Surbhi, any words for her, Anaya, before we?
So indeed, we are witnessing, the food entrepreneurs, the in the making, and this is really a great way to know you all, and what great work, and it's really encouraging to hear. And
so the last but not the least, we have with us the master chef, the junior master chef, and a lovely photograph what we received, Arham Bothra. So Arham, we would like to invite you to accept this this title, and then I would also request Madam Shelly Shomesh to speak a bit more about Arham and his passion and fascination for being a chef. So Arham.
Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, loud and clear, Arham. Please go on.
Sure. I would like to thank my teacher, principal, and your platform for allowing me for such a great opportunity. In past few years around, I started all the cooking, and in past 5 to 6 years by taking participation in the competition provided by the IIHM institution, and did around 5 to 6 rounds of it and even won 2 times. Uh, I like very much in baking. I'm interested in baking. I did a course of baking, making of breads, different types of breads, garlic bread, brioche, baking cookies, cakes, sponge cakes, and different types of things, and etc. Like that.
Lovely, 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 lovely. So we come to the conclusion of this lovely commemoration, uh, the Junior World Food Day, and I would request all the participants, all the awardees today who are still with us to open up their cameras for a ceremonial group photograph so that we can have a glimpse of you all at once. And thank you, Kiran Samor ma'am, for encouraging these junior master chefs from Modi School, because without the encouragement of the teachers and the facilitators, it is just not possible. It's a whole continuum. And Bhavika, what a lovely way. And she is not apologetic to call as a foodie. We used to feel foodies are the ones who just are devouring food. But from Anandini, Bhavika, Arnav, we have come to know that being a foodie means to cook fascinating delicacies. And Anandini has illumined us so very well that recipes are just the bottom line. They are just the baseline of it all. And culinary art is a kind of a terrific expression. It's like an artist at play. But the only problem is this art form, what you produce, it gets extinguished in no time. The more delicious it is, the faster it gets devoured. And Priyanka Swittens, what a lovely, very young, the youngest junior master chef. The way she has picked up this penchant for cooking. And so thank you all. And Raghav Gaudial, who heeded to his grandmother's advice that fine, Italian is okay, but remain anchored to your civilizational roots and explore that area as well. And he presented a very phenomenal distinction between the traditionality, which is simplicity, but that has a lot of power, and then the jazz, the presentation part, and a host of other things. And Arnav, again, he has been a terrific person. So Dr. Surbhi, your closing remarks. And this has been a terrific day commemorating this Junior World Food Day. We missed on Anaya, but then again, we saw that she is already working, a functional entrepreneur, having a cookbook in place. So very many congratulations to the schools. And we really would like to really thank and congratulate the school managements who have taken up this traditional art. हमारे भारतवर्ष में 64 कलाओं का एक विधान आता है. We have 64 art forms, the life skills, what all we call it, and cooking, paak kala, bhojan kala is one of the dominant ones, essential life skill. So the way your schools have nurtured establishing a culinary club, home science is fine, that is one part of the academics, but then apart from that, they have come up with a club where alumni are also coming in, the kind of connections. And one of the schools, you're talking that the schools are providing the opportunity for the students to link up with the, like Bothra, Argham Bothra was talking about that IIHM contest and Sushant University and all that stuff. So it's really a very beautiful thing. And when we are talking about entrepreneurship, when we are talking about innovation, I think new definitions have come. It is not just about the artificial intelligence, it is all about the agro-intelligence as well, which you have displayed immaculately well this evening. So over to Dr. Surbhi for the final vote of thanks and the closure ceremony. Yeah.
So the shortest route to the man's heart is through the stomach. वो कहते हैं ना, जहाँ 56 भोग बनते हैं, वो देवी देवता भी उसको प्रसाद को पाने के लिए आते हैं. तो रसोई की इस पाक कला की इस विशिष्ट सभा को अब हम विश्राम नहीं, एक नई शुरुआत के साथ, कि अब इसको हम और एक स्तर तक लेकर जाएं, अपने जूनियर मास्टर शेफ्स को एनकरेज करते हुए उनके इन भाव भरी जो उनकी सबमिशंस हैं, उनकी जो कविताएं हैं जो उन्होंने अपने हृदय से हृदयंगम होकर उनको आत्मसात करते हुए लिखा है, उनको हम सेलिब्रेट करते हैं, उनका हम अभिवादन करते हैं, उनका हम अभिनंदन करते हैं. And with these words, we conclude the Junior MasterChefs felicitation ceremony. Thank you all, faculty members and Junior MasterChefs, for joining in, taking out precious time from your schedules.
Congratulations once again for this
Congratulations. Yes.
great accomplishment. Namaskar.